This video covers the application of non-parametric tests while using sign tests. First, we will discuss what is non-parametric test. Basically, non-parametric test is the alternative of parametric test, like when we do not assume any assumption. And we do not assume any assumption about distribution of data. And it is applicable when we have the skewed data, and that is when our continuous variable does not follow normal distribution. And it is applicable to the ordinal data, and there are some other application which is not discussed in this video about the application nominal data. So basically there are two main purpose of two main where type of variable in which we apply the non-parametric test, and a non-parametric which we are discussing in this video, skewed data and the ordinal data. So first, our first scenario is when we have to compare one sample median from any standard value. We can say it is an alternative to the one sample t-test, but where we compare the mean with any standardized value, provided that the data values, which is a quantitative variable, must follow a normal distribution. So this time, since when we have the non-normal distribution, we use the statistics median. For example, when we want to test the hypothesis whether a stroke patient endure median weight of 160 pound. So if the purpose is to check the median, we have to check the sign test or with any test, or if it is skewed variable, we will check the we will go with the sign test. In this data, in this lecture, we will discuss the application of the HSP2 dataset, which is available on the internet, and we have set of the 10 variables which are like here, the gender, and there are other variable, like five are the continuous variable and five categorical variable. And this is the variable view of the in SPSS, and this is the data view in the SPSS. So let's suppose our first scenario is that to test the hypothesis that the average reading score of student is not different than zero. Since it is not specified here which kind of average are they talking, either mean or median, so we have to check what kind of variable. First, we have to check what kind of variable we have. So reading is a score variable, which means it is a quantitative variable. For quantitative variable, we have to check the normality assumption first. So to check the normality, we have the option in SPSS in like we could analyze descriptive statistics and the explore. In the explore, we will put our reading score, which is our variable of concern, in a dependent list. Then in the option of the plots, we will click on normality plot with test, and then we will press continue, and then we press OK. And when we obtain too many outcomes, in that outcomes, we have to see for the variable test for normality. In the test for normality, we will work on the Shapiro test because our sample size is less than 2000. So in the this sig value is nothing but the p-value. And we have the assumption if the p-value is more than 0.05, then we will say the data follows a normal distribution. But since this p-value is less than 0.05, so we have to reject the null hypothesis that a reading score follows normal distribution. So since reading score does not follow normal distribution, we cannot apply any parametric test, which is a t-test, but it cannot be applied because of the non-normality of the data. So we will have to apply sign test instead. So running the analysis under the sign test, we have to again formulate the six steps. The first step is statement hypothesis. Since our scenario is that we have to test the hypothesis that average reading score of student is not different than 50. So one null hypothesis will be that eta naught, which is nothing but the median, is equal to 50, versus alternative hypothesis that the eta is not equal to 50. Level of significance alpha is equal to 0.05. Test statistic is sign test because this reading score did not follow normal distribution, so we have to apply the sign test. Rejection region, as usual, reject then hypothesis p value is less than alpha, and the computation is given in the next slide, which is in the analyze option. We could analyze non-parametric, and in the legacy dialog we have the option binomial test. In the binomial, we will put the reading score in the test variable list, and we will define the cut point 50 over here. We will leave this test proportion. We will have 50 over here. We will press OK, and it will yield the table in the output window. So in this table, we will again see the seek value, which is nothing but the p-value. So this time the p-value is 0.944, which leads us to reject the reject the ordinary hypothesis. And we fail to reject the null hypothesis. We conclude that we fail to reject the null hypothesis, and we conclude that every reading score of the students equals to 50.